Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Spare Bedroom Challenge, where every Thursday the Spare Bedroom Boys recap the ultimate guilty pleasure show, MTV's The Challenge. Before we dive in, like every week, here's a quick recap.
Amber M calls Amber B a fake-ass bitch, but it's Gabby who becomes her new public enemy number one. Killa Cam is still butthurt over toxic tea and wants the sweet taste of revenge. As well, this episode drops a big, huge surprise. That's right, it's time for Burger King to get involved. Whoppers all around for life, and nobody gives a shit. But it's all smiles and laughs from TJ because it's also his favorite time of the year, trivia time. And Nam just guesses his way to the top, while Darrell just holds on for dear life. Deliberation brings a silent vigil for Mother Teresa, and Amber B comes off that. I can't read my own writing. Damn it. I bet it was a banger. Something about her being a bitch again. But she's scared to go in, so it's up to another big brother to step in and fight. All on this week's challenge.
Boom. Another brilliant recap. Appreciate it. So, let's dive right into this.
I blew it, okay? You don't have to give me anything.
It was your fifth to sixth best recap for sure. So let's dive right into it. We can start. Leroy mentioned real quick, it's not a discussion, but he mentioned the alliances are about to change, right? Alliances are about to change now that there's no gold skulls left. The first note I have is Amber M sucks. We start with Amber M talking to everybody. We'll do this in an order. We'll start with you, Nikki, because that's your girl. What are your thoughts on Amber M at the start of this episode?
She just, again, there's a point she was at a high note a little bit for me. I was up for bat. And now she's just slowly going deeper and deeper down. I just feel like she came out and was like stirring the pot. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe you guys agree, but I'm sick and tired of this whole, I can't believe she voted me in and they backstabbed me. It's the challenge. I don't know what to tell you.
No, you're not wrong there. Dane, thoughts on Amber M talking to everybody?
She was feeling high that she was rogue agent and knowing she wasn't going to go in, so she was going to live her one moment of having some glory of power, and the only power was her just not having a partner and her just not being able to compete or do anything. So, good on her. I'd do the same.
Eric, Amber M starts to show off.
I just knew you were going to bring it up. I was like, it was like a 2-second scene, and I know Kooks is going to make a big deal of it just because he hates her.
She talked to multiple people.
I was like, it was more about Amber B and the fucking all that stuff.
I have Amber B next.
Yeah, that Amber M, I don't even really remember what happened with her. I just remember she's so... I don't know why you focus so much on her. Like, you just hate her so much.
I hate her.
That's just like hating.
Let's start. Hold on. Hold on.
Let me say something. That's like, you know what? You know, in class, there's like that girl in the back room that like, no one talks and she's super quiet and just kind of like sits there and drinks juice by herself. That's you just being like, fuck, I hate her, man. Just like, I just hate her. I don't know why.
All right. So I'm gonna bury you guys on this. Literally, the entire start of the show is her conversation with Amber B and then her conversation with Gabby, back to back. That's how the show fucking starts. For the first 6-7 minutes, right? This is how the discussion works. I don't have to say anything about Amber M because everyone knows how I feel, all right? So let's talk about Amber B, though, all right?
I feel like Amber B was making more of a stink this episode.
Me too.
Yeah, I think Amber B also looks a little silly right now. Eric, let's start with you and your thoughts on Amber B.
Yeah, she won the challenge, so she got Whoppers for life. Or actually, I don't know if she got that yet.
It's fine.
Whatever. Anyways, so she was on her high horse. Everyone was kind of bitching at her. I pointed out, this is a really Valley Girl episode. Like, a lot of fake laughs, a lot of bitchy giggles, a lot of crocodile tears, a lot of, oh my god, like, you're so mean to me, like, it's stupid. It just was like, I'm just forever, this one's just going to be the Whopper Valley Girl episode to me, because they just whined and bitched and like, you're so mean to me sometimes, but then you're not mean to me. Like, it's just driving me up the wall. Like, that's all I got out of it.
I completely agree. We'll come back around this way. I agree. Amber B also had her show a little bit of rookie power to her head this week. I liked her last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, but I'm kind of over her already too. The Ambers both suck, in my opinion. and neither of them will win. But Amber B made some smart plays. I just don't think she's as smart as she thinks she is. Dane?
Yeah, she got caught out for, well, it was just immediate obvious that she voted her best friend Amber in, or that alliance. The Ambers are now against each other, and she got called out. She got called a fake ass bitch for it, which was great. But then nothing else after that happened. Amber B was no longer mad at Amber M. All the hate turned to Gabby and the rest of the team. And Amber B basically chose Big Brother over the rookies, the rookie girls.
It's a smart move.
Which is a smart move, and yeah, she's now in it. The alliance has been made, lines have been drawn. Nobody really cares because they're rookies. This is the first time we're seeing them.
Speaking of rookies, we got our challenge rookie up here, Nikki, who has both the Ambers on her team. Your thoughts on Amber B this week?
Honestly, again, they're playing a rookie game. Rookies. That's what they're gonna do. All in all, as much as Amber B got called out by Amber M, I agree with Eric. It was a very Mean Girls episode, which for me, I don't know. I hate that catty BS. It's a game. It's a challenge. Play the game. Don't cry about it. Get over it. But with Amber B, again, I think she made a great move staying with Big Brother. I think that was a way smarter move than going with the rookies.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, again, as much as maybe some plays weren't the best, I think she did a really good gameplay this episode. And I think, honestly, I feel like Amber B, as much as you think she's not going to get far, I feel like she's someone to look out for. I genuinely think that.
I can see that, but I can't see any of the gold skulls she can take a gold skull from. So,
it will probably be like it went against one of the rookies.
Well, she needs to be set up by some Big Brother people to face a rookie. Then, that's my only thing. I think she is playing a better game than Amber M. The only thing I wrote too is when, speaking of Mean Girls, when Amber M had that one, and she goes, "Want to mess with me? You just dug your own grave." And I was like, "Oh."
And
no.
I guess we know what the B stands for. Amber B, backstabber. I was like, what the fuck is this?
There were a couple scenes where I'm like, they definitely use laugh track, or recycled laughs, because it was just so fake and dumb sounding. I was like, ugh.
And I thought she was gonna call her Amber bitch or something, but no,
Yeah.
Amber backstabber. Oh, I fucking got her good.
I was waiting for bitch too.
Got you good,
I was like,
motherfucker.
bitch isn't a bad line, but she really Amber M'd that one. Which takes us to the bulk of the show. Eric, what was the challenge this week?
I don't remember what it was called. I should probably.
Nikki, what was the challenge called?
I don't remember either.
It was basically they stood above, or they're hanging from these poles.
Interrogation.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, they're hanging up above, I don't know how many feet of water, 30, 40 feet of water. They're hanging from these poles where they have to stand up like this, and then and it's a trivia game. So TJ's favorite, he was laughing maniacally the whole time. If you get a question wrong, your pole goes about a little bit forward. So then by the end, you're basically 90 degrees facing in the water. And then if you get it right, you don't move, but you can send it to someone else, and then their pole moves. And then if you get it wrong, your thing moves. That's kind of a shitty way of describing it, but I don't know what else to do.
I think that's pretty much it. The trivia episodes are always some of the best episodes of every single season of the challenge. Mainly because TJ loves them so much, it makes it more entertaining.
Somebody always makes an ass of themselves too,
Yeah.
and you can get involved. It's like Jeopardy. You're like, I know that.
I just find out how stupid some of these people are. He thinks they're oh, these guys are top notch, but then they're just
You get the famous Johnny Bananas. What do they speak in Australia? And he says Dutch. What the fuck are you?
But if you in their defense, they're hanging, and their shit's when you're under pressure and you say some stupid shit or you don't know what you're saying, kind of thing. You gotta imagine cameras on you, a bunch of people are looking at you, you're fucking dangling off the side of this thing, you're shaking.
Casey, God, are wolves vegetarian?
Yeah.
I was gonna mention that one.
Yeah, even TJ was like.
Was there a stupider one than Casey saying wolves were vegetarian?
No, I think that was the dumbest one.
That was the dumbest one.
There were some that were just kind of simple, pi is infinity or infinite, and There's another one that was pretty simple.
The Lolo Jones question, I was like, inside trading. Like, of course, Lolo Jones has been out there, like, talking about her Olympic fucking all her. But they're just like, I'm tired of fucking hearing it, Lolo. You never won.
This is the first time I've ever heard TJ like throw in like personal ones. Like, what's TJ stand for? And like, how many gold? I have won 3 BMX gold medals. True or false? I was just kind of, oh shit, they're running out of questions, or he just wants to kind of fucking, he just kind of wants to get his name out there.
I'm single.
Yeah, my wife left me. I'm very lonely.
Yeah.
I will take care of you. I swear.
Hobbies include traveling the world, laughing maniacally.
I'm not home a lot. I need you to take care of my kids.
Nikki, well, let's talk about the challenge itself a little bit. What were some of your highlights? Give me your favorite highlight, everyone, because I'm sure we wrote a bunch because it was a big part of the show. So, Nikki, what was your favorite moment?
Definitely. Well, when Kyle
Yeah.
was just like sitting there screaming, I was cracking up. Like, I was like, oh my god, that one. As much as it was like kind of annoying, but not as like Big T, of course too. Like just.
Anything with heights, yeah, she just is just lousy.
And then Darrell, man, like.
You won?
I couldn't imagine. I'm not scared of heights, so I can only imagine to do like a challenge like that.
Yeah.
No.
And not being able to swim.
Yeah, I think being able to not swim is a big factor too. He's just like, I don't like heights.
Big T has a real ugly, sad face.
Yeah. Oh, she's.
It feels weird when she takes her wig off. I noticed when she's like walking around the house with her wig on. I was like, oh shit, forgot she wears a wig all the time.
I'm liking Big T less and less. I'm just. I was feeling the vibe.
The cuteness wears off. The cute scaredness wears off after so many times, you know.
Yeah.
I was sad to see CT get dumped down there. Any shockers? Did anyone think that someone was going to do better? I knew Corey was going to suck.
It was pretty obvious, yeah. So this is where Gabby started to go for Amber B and throw her sabotages at Amber B, and Amber B was throwing them back at them, and they were basically vertical with each other. And then that's where Amber M just sneaked away, where nobody cared about Amber M anymore, because it's Amber M and she just sneaks away. Other than that, no. Nam was pretty hilarious too, where every answer he did, he just true. He'd have the perfect shrug with it, where he's like, I don't know what you're saying, TJ. True or false? I'm gonna take a guess.
And almost won.
In the very last one too, he's just like holding it. He's just like screaming. He's like, true.
And don't they like for sure they gave him just true or false questions because like he couldn't. He doesn't understand what the fuck.
Yeah, I felt all of his were true or false.
Like, true.
Yeah, the only other thing, I had Nama's secret smart. Big T sucks, and Anissa fell because she's stupid and top heavy.
I thought Lolo sucked too. She couldn't hold her weight at all. She fell pretty early. And there was one other funny moment I thought. Or just when Cam was like cheating and that's how she got eliminated.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was dumb.
Oh yeah, Cam.
Like just stop doing that.
Yeah.
I'm getting so frustrated. Like stop touching. Like hold on here. Stop.
And then like how she did it and then just got disqualified.
Yeah.
Like what? It's like, did you think you were like gonna get away with that? Like what did you think?
And Nam was
There's
even
only two of you.
Nam wasn't even like grabbing. Yeah, Nam wasn't even grabbing. He was just like holding on like with his wrist, doing like a pure fist like Superman. It was good.
Fucking.
Oh, and Nam had a great line where he's like, he got a sabotage, and then he was like, "You motherfucker!" It cuts to the confessional.
And I was gonna say Teresa's fall.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Teresa did the swing. She fucked up and held on to the bar too long, so she swung, landed right on her back.
This is the first episode I really just didn't like Teresa.
Yeah.
I was like, she was like, hey.
I haven't liked her in most of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't. She just seemed like extra bitchy in this and just like not that cool. And I was like, you kind of suck.
But yeah, it was a good challenge. Trivia is always fun because you get to play along. People always do it where you're falling off something and then it cuts to TJ every 5 seconds, just maniacal
he just
laughs.
laughs like a bastard the whole time.
And honestly, it's a perfect game. It's a perfect game on there. So the winner ends up being, though, of all people, Scared of Heights, Darrell. First thing he did all year. he still does. Is it just me? I'll start with you, Eric. But does Darrell have a personality?
He does like in the confessional.
He's
like,
funny.
He's a funny like witty guy, but you just don't see much of him. I think he's just kind of like an old man. Like like I think when he's not around, he doesn't want to hang out with the younger guys. So when he's at the house, he doesn't want to go and like chill and like hang out with them. He probably just like sits in his room, just kind of reads or does whatever. He doesn't want to like party or get involved with all the bullshit, which is smart. Like fly low.
Like I think. Yeah, where some have kids. Like, I think his oldest kid is, like, 10 years old. Like, he's been a dad for, like, a long time.
Yeah, like, he's a fucking old guy. Like, you know how there's, like, that old guy at the party? Like, he's that guy. He goes home, like, oh, 9 o'clock, time to go, guys.
The only reason he's back is because the prize monies now are, like, $1 million, where before it was, he won 8 times and won 40 grand. Like,
he used to be a fucking, a big, what's it called? Big personality, but now he's just kind of like, yeah, you know, do what you gotta do. Like, he just gave Amber B, like, free control. Like, do what you gotta do. I'm just gonna fucking go read my book. I'm gonna go to bed at 6.
My Tom Clancy novel.
Yeah. I'm gonna read my Tom Clancy novel and drink a bottle of prune juice and have a nap.
Nikki, as someone new to the challenge like me, you're the newest to the challenge. Your thoughts on Darrell, because you weren't watching. I'm sure you haven't seen any of his wins. What do you think of him as a competitor?
No, I feel like, this whole time, like, he was very much, like, flying under the radar. Again, I feel like it's the first, like, episode we've seen of him. When it comes to personality, I just think, like Eric said, it's just, like, he has a very dad personality. Like, you almost can't get mad at him. You're like, oh, like, I just hope he gets there. I just hope he makes it, just because it's, like, it's thrill.
Oh, can I say something?
Yeah.
I just remembered. So part of the prize it was like also they also won $5,000 each.
Yeah.
Amber B and Darrell, and then they also got fucking their big prize was they get Whoppers for life. And then I was making fun of them. I was like, man, next season when they show up, they're both just gonna be fat tubs of shit, like big fat faces. It's like, they're just like, got no more money.
I called it. I always wait for the Burger King episode, and I heard TJ. He's like, today's a big episode, and I was like, it's Burger King, Eric. And he's like, because Burger King's involved this week. And when they brought them over, we like, there's 2 briefcases over here, and I was like, oh man, there's gonna be like a Gold Skull cancelator like item or like some crazy thing, and then they're just like, oh, it's Whoppers for life. They just hold it up, just all disappointed. Like,
I'd be fucking stoked, man.
I'd be stoked. I'd want that more than $5,000. I can eat more than $5,000 Whoppers.
I went online. I downloaded an app where it's like if you take a picture, you can like make yourself look fat. So I took a picture of Lolo and Darrell, like tried to make them look fat, but it was like one of those like apps that has like 1.5 stars. So when I downloaded and put their faces in, it's like, you know, like stretchyfaces.com, it just looked stupid, like super not realistic and dumb. So I just scrapped that funny idea.
With Eric, I'd be stoked. Whoppers for life is a dope prize. It's better than what they usually do, is give them like $5,000, and then they're like, when you get back to the house, you get to eat Burger King. And they have that weird just eating Burger King in a circle thing. I'd rather this one than that one.
I thought it would have been funny if they would have like just went and opened up the suitcases and it's just like, oh, a Whopper. You get a Whopper. It's like, it's been in there for a few hours too, so it's probably not very warm. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah. Anissa was like, that's going to be great for your kids, Darrell. Darrell's like, I'm not just feeding my kids constant Whoppers. Like,
I would, man. It's like each, he probably has like...
Super, like, disappointed wasn't her that one.
Yeah, right? She's like, man, that's what I was saying, like, you just see Darrell, like, is there a cash value of this? Like, anybody want to trade? Like,
takes his wife out for their date night. It's like, oh, Wendy's again. Or no, Burger King again. Thanks, Darrell. It's like, get whatever you want.
Yeah,
as long as it's a Whopper.
I was saying to Eric too, like now he becomes the asshole that like that Burger King in his town like always hates him. He comes in like
this
just
motherfucker,
like thinking he owns the fucking place. Just like goes up to the counter. He's like, well, you know what to do.
No onions,
bitch. You know what I want.
There's like one new employee and he like takes the bag and just starts waiting. They're like, sir, you have to pay, and they're like, who's this mother? Did you guys not train this motherfucker? I'm sorry, Darrell. Like, please, just like go.
So Amber B and Darrell win. Darrell immediately is just like, Amber B, this is all you, homie. So she gets mini plotting, I guess, kind of. But then let's go to the Dome, everyone's favorite bar on the planet.
The bubble. It didn't pop like I hoped.
Bubble.
I was hoping it'd pop. That was my prediction.
Yeah.
It didn't pop.
Nikki, thoughts on anything that happened in the Dome, the bubble, anything?
It was Mean Girls Round 2. It's essentially what it was. It was just a bunch of butthurt emotions going back and forth. I didn't really take anything from it. I just felt like it was another just regular old boring Dome night.
I thought Kyle stirred the pot a little bit, which was funny. Talking about Amber B being a fucking snake. But yeah, I agree. The only thing that happened out of it is Nani convinces Amber B to put Teresa in instead of Gabby. That's basically all that happened. Anything to add to the little bubble, Eric?
That was about it. They just kind of did a little bit of plotting and this and that, and yeah, there was, I don't know. Wasn't paying attention because the bubble like just kind of isn't that chill.
Sucks.
Yeah, it's more just like them going in there, bitching to each other, and then it cuts to the next day. There's no like fucking like bar fights. There's no fucking scrappy, and there's no hooking up. It's just kind of baloney. I don't know.
I agree, Dane.
Yeah, again, now I'm just like looking in the background, like trying to see a bartender or like who works there, if there's a
someone's
bus
sitting on
boy
the
or
person's
anything.
lap
I'm
or
always
something.
just trying to see something in the background.
Yeah.
Never catching anything. But yeah, it became down to Nani talking to Amber B and getting in her brain and being like, "You're a weakling. You're a skeleton. You're not gonna win. So throw some tough people in there."
Yeah, I guess, and the other thing that happens is...
And then she talks to Casey.
Yeah, talks to Casey.
And she basically gives Casey the heads up, being like, "Hey, I'm a bitch. Amber M was right. I'm a fake bitch. So Casey, will you go in for me and get your red skull?" And Casey's like, "Yeah, I'll fucking bang with anybody. I'm a football player."
Yeah, I think it's a smart play. It was a smart play being like, "Hey, Casey, I need
It
to
gives her big brother.
solidify. Yeah, I need to solidify him with you. So let me know if you want to go in, and then if not, she probably would have threw in Gabby. Maybe, who knows what she would have done."
It was a football player versus a girl who's fucking a football player. I thought that was kind of wacky.
She's just gonna go home.
Because Teresa's married to a football player and has
Oh.
kids and shit.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I went with the black one.
Nice. Yeah. So the Dome's over. We come to the deliberation. This is the weakest maybe deliberation yet. There was one funny joke, kind of. Where
Was there one?
It wasn't even a joke.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what?
It reminded
Yeah.
me of the week before. I thought it was a joke, but then it was just Teresa being a bitch when she was like, "Nani, are you going in this week?" And
Oh,
Nani
yeah.
was like, she's like, "No, I don't feel like it this week," which
Yeah.
reminded me of Amber M and fucking.
It was a good dig at Nani.
Yeah, it was a good little dig.
But otherwise, nobody was saying anything, and they were just looking down, hands in their faces, just looking down at the ground, not saying a thing, getting called out by people.
Yeah. So the vote is over. Honestly, trivia was so much of the episode. So Nikki, the vote is done. We find out Amber B and Darrell find out it's Teresa, which everyone knew and wasn't surprised by. And it's time for the elimination. Break it down for us, homie.
Oh, all right. It's elimination. So we go to the crater. And yeah, comes to no surprise. It is Corey and Teresa that get sent down below. And then, of course, as TJ always says, if any of the top ages want to go in, they can go now. Amber B decides not to. I mean, probably the smartest move in the long run. And she chooses to send down Casey and Leroy. TJ at first tries to do his little twist move, but of course it's female elimination. And then what they end up doing is snapping point. So they did this one, it was kind of similar. They already did this in another episode, except they had to run and like press buttons on the other side. They have to go 3 times. So with this one, they both started at the center. So Casey and Teresa started at the center and they're attached by a rope. They each run the opposite direction and they each have 3 rings and they have to fight against each other and put 3 rings on 3 poles. Casey right away just gets on it, gets to the hardest one, and I don't know about you guys, Like, I thought it was going to be pretty tight at first. Again, the editing, it made it seem that way.
Yeah.
Then, of course, Casey comes out, gets on top, sends Teresa home. Then, of course, as they always do, Casey has a decision. She can either infiltrate another team, she can go with Corey. But let's be honest, with Corey's track record, no female's going to pick Corey right now. So she makes a smart move and stays with Leroy. And then now Corey is with Amber M.
And then she's the next.
So
to
what
go
were
home.
your guys' thoughts on this? Like the challenge, like was it pretty obvious who was going in? Was there any surprises? And did you think Casey was going to beat Teresa from the beginning? Or what were your thoughts?
I'll start. Casey was 100% going to win this one from the very beginning. Teresa is a threat because of her endurance and her ability as a marathon runner. Casey is like a fucking brawler. This one to me was pure editing, and I want to give a shout out to whoever does the score, who does the music for
Yeah.
the challenge, because that final ring was fucking fire. Like, it got me hyped up, and I knew what it was going to be. So that's all I wrote. I thought Casey was going to win from the get-go.
Yeah, it's like we brought David Fincher in to direct this episode.
Yeah. You guys, thoughts on the final challenge?
Yeah, it was like a tug of war. I thought I brought this up to Dane. I was like, if Amber B would have went down on that first initial like tug, like Amber B would have fucking like bent in half and died. Like she's such a fragile little girl. Like she would have fucking buckled and died. She would have snapped like a Twix. But no, it was a good challenge. The editing was fucking phenomenal. They should win an Oscar for that because like the low angle like pans. And like the music and the intensity and shit, like the stuff like there was like lighting. The lighting was awesome. I was just like, shit, this is like they're like. I think the director was thinking, man, this season fucking sucks. We gotta just hire a fucking dope ass editor that can just make this look fire.
He's like, we got 1 minute of footage.
Yeah.
Spread it out to 15 if you could.
There's a lot of slow mo, a lot of low angles. Like fuck boys.
Like Teresa didn't move from one spot. Like she just basically dug in and then tried to fend off Casey. Like I figured there's some sort of strategy where like as soon as you feel somebody run, like let them run but for like a little bit and get them off guard, and
Like
then you yank them back like real quick.
It's like when
West had a good
fucking,
strategy
like,
one time when they
back and
were doing this.
forth.
Well, do you guys remember when Jordan with one hand beat Big Dumb Josh in a tug of war with that exact same strategy?
Yes.
He would just hold on for dear life, and he had one hand, and big huge Josh was tugging, and then as soon as he would let up, he was like yank.
Who did? Oh, Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan, one-handed Jordan.
Yeah, that's right.
beat
Yeah,
huge
if you do it strategically, like it wouldn't be that hard. Like even if the other person's stronger than you, if you figure it out and like find that little window of like when they give you some slack and just give it a good yank. Like I don't know. I'm sitting there talking like I fucking know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
right.
When it gets down and dirty, I'd probably get fucking dragged around like an asshole.
Camp on a comeback. Used to do that all the time.
Yeah, man. Fuck. I was 12 years old at camp on a comeback, man. Like tug of war, forget about it. My cabin
Crushed
won.
it.
My cabin won every time. It wasn't because we had a big mentally challenged native guy on the team. It's because of me. Okay.
I said that.
And just look for the spike in sound to cut, and there you go. And the other thing I was gonna say on the challenge was, yes, I agree with both of you. The editing was amazing. The score was fan-fucking-tastic. Did anyone have a doubt that it wasn't just editing though?
No, I told to Eric while we were watching, I was like, Teresa did a confessional during the elimination, and she's like, I'm going to come into this thing, and she had like a quick little smirk. And you always know, like, they do those confessionals after the challenge or whatever, like when there's the winner's already decided or whatever. So I was like, oh, fuck, I think she just won with that little smirk that she gave. And
Yeah,
they
you were
couldn't
all
hide it.
confident that Teresa was gonna win.
But then, like, right after that, Casey had a confessional, and she's like, I'm doing this for, like, the LBGT, and, like, I'm doing this. And I was like, oh, shit, never mind. I was like, fuck. I was like, she got it. And I was like, Casey got it. And then, yeah, like, Teresa didn't even move. I was like, and then again, I was like, it's a football player versus somebody who gets fucked by a football player. So, unfortunately, got to look at it that way.
Yeah, Casey is she's a little firecracker. She's a She's the one to look out for. I honestly think. Oh, never mind. I won't say it. I think she might go all the way. Boop!
I think she might too. She's one of the strongest female. I'd put her in like the top 3 strongest female competitors.
I think her and Cam are gonna have a kerfuffle.
Yeah,
And it's
honestly.
gonna be Battle of the Titans.
Nikki, any other thoughts on the final? The only other thing I wrote here was Teresa. Actually, when Teresa does her confessional when she's going home and she cries and she says that her kids are gonna look back and be so proud of her, I was like, no, they aren't. You came off terribly this season.
Not even that. I think of that as like somebody who's seen past seasons. It's like I've seen you like have to like grind soap off like a wheel to like win a challenge where you had to just grind it off.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, your kids are gonna look at that and just be like, "That's my mom.
Yeah, mommy.
Look at her fucking grind that soap off."
Was she on that season?
I'm pretty sure that's.
Or Nikki? Or
Is Nikki frozen? Yeah, she is. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
what? Who was the one?
I love this shot.
Ashley.
Like, I think that's just a dope shot.
Yeah, we should have that as like our secondary shot for the podcast. We can like rotate back and forth. Where Ashley was having like an orgasm during it.
yeah, that's that one. Teresa was paired with Wes that season. And Ashley's
Yeah.
paired with
I remember,
Corey.
I remember his. Are we just taking a break here for a sec? I can ramble for a bit.
Yeah, just
Yeah, go in.
Yeah. So
ramble about past seasons.
Yeah, let's talk
past
about past
seasons.
seasons.
The only thing I remember from that soap, the soap on a rope or the soap on a dome. Oh, this
Ashley.
we were rambling.
Hey, all right.
All right, so we were just. Were you watching on the side? Do you know what we talked about?
No.
Okay, good.
You can hear us.
Make sure we cut that part where we called her the worst
I
fucking
know.
person.
Yeah, we're like, God damn, we could next season no Nikki.
No Nikki next year.
Rude.
We were just talking about.
Just kidding.
We were talking about. I want you to give your thoughts because Teresa was on your team too, right? Oh, you finally lost someone on your fantasy
I
team.
know!
Sweet. So we get to talk about that after, but.
Oh,
Uh,
the reign of terror. Is
And
over.
your and one of your strongest players too. We were saying when she's doing the confessional, and she's like, "My kids are gonna be so proud." We were like, "No, they're not. You were kind of a bitch this year. Like you."
Yes. Okay, I will say I literally thought the same thing. As soon as she said that, I was like, do you want your kids to watch this? Because they'll come up to you and they'll be like, Mom, we have the receipts. What's the receipts?
We got the receipts, Mom.
Mom.
You fucked him. You fucked him. You grinded this to death.
I know what you did.
I know what you did.
I know what you fucking did.
I know what you fucking did. And the last point I had before we go into the awards, Corey, the kiss of death on the females. Is it his fault or is it who he's getting partnered with?
It's. I was thinking this is a weird meta game too, where he's just losing his partner. I guess he's not always the rogue agent. He just always gets paired, and then it's the
Yeah.
girl's elimination, and his girl goes in every time.
Yeah.
I think it's 4 now.
Yeah, and now he's got Amber M, who no one likes. So like,
This is gonna be the turnaround though. Amber M's making it to the final just to spite Kook.
oh, if she makes it to the final, I'm not even gonna watch. You guys can have a studio. You can take over the show. So let's get into the awards then.
Who do you have left, Kooks?
Hey?
We'll get into that.
Okay, sorry. I was just asking who you have left.
Oh no, I'm in big trouble. We'll get into that.
What happens if someone just like is eliminated? Are they even allowed on the show anymore? It's gonna just come down to like Dane one.
Dane's sitting here by himself.
We do a hacky sack kill. We put him up against the wall and we chuck a hacky sack at them as hard as we can.
Yeah, we didn't really have like a punishment for the first person
No.
kind of thing. We should
No
have.
money or nothing on this one.
Well, it was our first. It was a test run, so next season we'll have like punishment.
Hopefully the next season's not in a dome.
There was a guy.
Come up with something.
There was a guy who's in Calgary somewhere who had to like stand on the corner in like the fucking freezing cold, holding up a sign and say honk if I suck at fantasy football, and he was wearing a dress. You saw that?
Yep.
That's pretty funny. Is your audio working? Nikki, talk.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Nikki, do you think Corey is the kiss of death?
No. Like, I do. I don't know. I do, but I don't. I just feel like he unfortunately gets these girls at, like, the perfect time in the sense of, like,
Everyone hates
I
him.
guess not perfect time for them, but he gets in at the time where everyone in the house is like, well, that's the person I want out.
Yeah.
So happens to fall on Corey.
So let's get into the awards. Unless, do you have any thoughts on Corey?
He's like,
Anise had a great line on him.
yeah, I would say he's like, he used to be the guy who, if you're paired up with him, you get pregnant, but now he's, if you get paired up with him, you're gonna get eliminated.
Yeah, no, it's like, yeah, you used to be the guy you stayed away from so you didn't get pregnant.
What was it? He was like when like the Madden cover, like how for like the Xbox games of Madden, like if you were on the cover of Madden, like
The
something,
Madden Curse.
what's that?
Madden
The Madden
Curse, yeah.
Or like the cast of Glee. If you were on Glee, you're like here's something bad happens to you.
The better line MTV should have fed her is, he used to give life, now he's been taking.
Yeah,
That's just it.
And that brings us to the awards. We start off with Boss of the Week. I will go Nikki first, and I'll go down this list and rotate. Nikki, who was the Boss of the Week?
That was a tough one this week. I'm just gonna go just because I'm gonna go with Casey. I feel like she went out there, got her skull, she kicked ass, and I feel she really like proved herself even more to the guys and really showed that she's a competitor and someone to look out for. So my vote's for Casey.
Nice. All right, Dane.
I'm going to give it to the editors and production crew behind the challenge, the unsung heroes who take a minute clip and stretch it into a half an hour worth of viable television.
Boss move.
You guys are doing God's work right there.
Eric.
I'm gonna go Casey as well, because literally no one did anything else this week. That was Boss. Darrell kind of. Maybe I'll go Casey, because Casey, she shouted out the LGBTQ whatever community, however many letters there are in that. And that was kind of nice. So, and she plays football, which is cool. I've been looking into like women's football lately. I've been watching clips, and it's actually pretty badass. Like I thought it was just like, I didn't take it seriously when I first started watching.
You thought it was the lingerie ball?
Yeah, then I was like, and then I started looking into it. I'm like, shit, these girls actually fucking like got some skills. Like I'd probably get my ass kicked if I was in that league. So, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I got Casey, I guess. So.
You know what's super funny is we have a tie. I was doing the same thing as you. I did the exact same thing. I did giving it to the score and the editing. So does anyone want to voluntarily change?
I will.
What are you going
I
to
was
do?
like, I will, because definitely that would have been my second one for sure.
Yeah, because they actually did make a very, like, if you were there watching that, you'd be like, this is fucking so lame, boys. And then
Just
the editors made it
two
seem like,
people in the sand for...
They have like that, what's, I don't know what you'd call it, like the doo, like the deep noise, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And like just like this slow, I don't know. It was pretty boss to the editors, so.
The editors.
We need to go into like the credits of that episode and like find who the editor was and like send them a message on like Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we shouted you out. You should
Yeah, check out the episode.
check out the episode because it's all about you, baby.
It's all about you. So, a first for our challenge recap show, first in history, a non-contestant is the Boss of the Week, and it is the editing team of MTV's The Challenge. So let's move on to Bitch of the Week. Alright, we will go me first. I'm going to say the Bitch of the Week was... Oh, I had two.
I know who you're gonna pick.
had
Same
two.
one you pick every day.
Well, that is one of the two. That is one of the two. And yeah, fucker, Amber M, Bitch of the Week. You did nothing again. You sound stupid every time you talk, and I hate you. So we'll go up, Eric.
I just went Teresa. Just because she was kind of bitchy. It's like, she wasn't, there was not really like that mega of a bitch this week. There was no like Barbara Streisand of this week. So I'm just going to go Teresa because she says a couple bitchy things. Yeah, I don't know.
Fair enough. Dane?
Bitch of the Week has to be... Yeah. Teresa. Easy dubs. Maybe Amber B. She did kind of fuck up the plan, and she lost an alliance and fucked up her one thing and blew it all up in her face. And then had the chance to go in. Darrell called her out on it, being like, you have this power, you may as well use it. But Teresa, you blew it like 3 episodes ago, and you couldn't recover since then.
And Nikki?
Mine was actually like deliberation in general was my bitch of the week. Except for Leroy for saying something, but honestly.
A group. a group effort.
Like, I think the deliberation was the bitch of the week. It frustrated me to watch. I thought it was such like a pussy move for all of them. Like, you're not gonna say anything, except for Leroy. That's my vote.
And so the winner is Teresa, and we're not reading every single one anymore, but Teresa joins Fessy and Lolo as the only two-time winners of Bitch of the Week. Now, that's most of the episodes.
So they're not the only two-time winners.
Yeah, that's most of the episodes. The only non-winners, non-two-times, are Joseph, Josh, and Amber M. But the last 4 weeks, Lolo, Teresa. So
Who? Joseph? John?
Joseph, like the dude from...
Yeah. Who's the other one?
It goes Joseph, Fessy, Josh,
Oh, Josh. I said
Fessy,
John. I was like, who the fuck is
Amber
John?
M, Lolo, Teresa.
Yeah,
And-
Josh needs it more often. But you didn't see much of him this episode, which was nice.
Yeah,
The Joshless episodes are always my favorite.
he's probably going to be well behaved. He has a cold skull.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know if I'm gonna fuck this up.
And we're going to start with Eric, and we'll go up. Actually, no, we'll start with Dane, and then we'll go up, and then Eric will finish. Dane, your lull of the week.
Whew, had a lot of options actually this week. Some
Are you being
honorable
sarcastic?
mentions. Yeah, actually a few. There was a few just like one-liners that actually made us laugh.
Oh, I guess so.
And Kyle falling. But I'm going with Nam saying, "You motherfucker," when he gets sabotaged in the challenge, and it cuts to a confessional, and he's got just this like floral shirt, and he's wide open, and I was like, I didn't think you were good at confessionals or able to be funny at all, but you delivered that line perfectly.
I imagine like
It made me laugh.
The guy who's like filming this just like holds up a cue card and is like, look to your left and say, "You motherfucker."
Yeah.
He's like, what that means?
You
Just say it. Just say it.
motherfucker.
And I'll give you a fucking Whopper.
Yeah, I definitely had a good laugh on that.
Nikki, lull of the week for you.
I had some good ones too, but I don't know. For me, it was the Burger King burgers.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh,
that's a fucking. That's like sitting.
As a rookie watching
I was
the
gonna say
challenge,
first
I'm
introduction.
I'm thinking this like huge thing. I'm getting so excited, and they're like, "Oh, you're a Burger King VIP," and I'm like, "What's VIP? Is it more money?" And they're like, "Yeah, Whoppers for life." I was like,
I mean, like realistically, that's like sitting on a winning lottery ticket. Like if you're
Yeah.
homeless, at least you get a Whopper a day. And if you did the math, like I'll bust out my calculator after this and like do the math on it. Like a Whopper a day fucking adds up over a lifetime. Even if you live like even if it's only like a 25-year thing.
But I just felt like I don't know. I was expecting.
It's because it was your first introduction to the Burger King challenges. I get it. I will go next. Mine is I agree with him. There was a bunch funny, like Big T, for example. Like just looking at her ugly cry.
I love a good ugly cry.
Good ugly cry. But mine was TJ's maniacal laughter the entire
Yeah.
trivia time. I don't
Yes.
think you can really fuck with the challenge and not fuck with TJ laughing during trivia. That was my lull of the week. Eric, 3 different ones. Do you have a different one?
Yeah, I do though. That's
Okay,
the thing.
then
Mine, the one I laughed the fucking most hysterically at, because I know I would do the exact same thing if I was in the situation, was Kyle screaming like a fucking Sally when he was hanging from the thing there. Because like I know he was just like, he was just trying to be a silly goose, but it was fucking, I don't know. I just thought it was hilarious.
It was super funny. Anyone volunteering to change to break the tie?
I said Kyle reminded me of Bender on Futurama when he's a human and he's just going, woo!
Yeah. He just wooed. That's actually his hair
That was
releasing from
him
his fat
screaming.
rolls.
We have a tie. What are
Anyone willing to move?
I'll give it to Kyle just for that because it reminded me of Bender.
Yeah, we were both laughing at
So
that.
it was very funny. What did I write for it? I wrote Kyle screams like a bitch. That's all I wrote, and I thought it was super funny. So our lull of the week is Kyle during trivia and his insane person screams. That brings us to the favorite part for people who are us, not the watchers. No one really cares about our fantasy but us. So let's get into fantasy, guys. So in last place currently is Stanchel with 350
I
points.
just won't look. I just kind of look.
350 points for Chris Stanchel. His top scorers this week were
Gabby. Oh, Darrell, probably.
Yeah, he only has two
He
left.
actually had a
He has
big week
Gabby and
first,
Darrell. Yeah, yeah.
When you're on Twitch like this, how do you get rid of the fucking chat so I can watch the whole thing?
Click on the actual video,
On the side.
and then there should be on the bottom right.
Yeah.
Click the.
This part?
Yes.
Oh, that's been bugging me for a while. Hey, I can see Nikki. What's up, Nikki? I didn't know you were here.
I mean, you can just look, or you can't see that, because of the light.
Yeah. Well,
What? No, this is what I see. now.
no, because it doesn't see her on the screen.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
Yes.
we can edit that part out.
No, it's fine. So he had scoring points this week. He had Darrell had 37. Number 2, low scoring week altogether in fantasy, guys. 37 was the second highest total for any player this week. Now we've had people drop 100 in a week. And then he also had Gabby score 14, and she was still like top 6. Very low scoring fantasy week, guys. But we all knew Chris was still going to be in last. His team sucks. Chris sucks.
What a guy.
In 5th place, obviously, is Brock. Like, let's be real. There's a difference between the people on the show and not on the show. Brock.
We're cut from a different cloth.
But again, he's got people that might make it all to a final.
That's
Yeah.
what Brock has? I see, like, this is nice that I can have this little graphic here now. Like, because we just start doing that just now?
Last week, right?
Oh.
I used to just edit that into YouTube, and now I've been doing it live while we do it.
Oh. Good
I didn't update.
contribution.
I didn't update this week.
Corey, probably because Corey changed partners. Andy talked about his kid at one point. So Corey scores 21, his highest scoring player. Big T is on his team, right?
Mhm.
Scores
Does that-
16.
Does that get you lots of points if you talk about your kid?
It's like 5 points when you talk about your
Family.
family.
Oh.
And then,
The Vin Diesel effect. It's family.
and who's his last one?
Nam.
Nam. Oh yeah, Nam had
Was-
Nam had 7 points.
I was gonna say a dated reference, the Woody Allen effect, because he married his kid,
He married his his
his
stepdaughter.
stepdaughter. Never mind. I'm just gonna go fuck
Are you
myself.
sure that was Woody Allen or was that porn?
He watched Clueless, and then he was like, "This is okay."
The director / actor of Annie Hall and other movies.
and various other films. All right, in 4th place, Josh's Salty Tears. Like we said, started hot, in big trouble. I only have Anissa and Josh left, so if
Oh.
Josh doesn't cry or fight anyone, I'm pretty much fucked. Anissa had 12 points, and Josh had 5.
Is the person like in the middle like their big hitter kind of pick?
That was their first pick.
Oh, it kind of goes. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It goes like
Whoever their first pick was is their big picture.
Yeah.
their heavy hitter.
Yep.
Yeah, when I lost Tori and Natalie in the same episode. It's been all downhill since then.
And one of them was like because of her being
Pregnant
yeah.
or not pregnant anymore or whatever.
Yeah, let's not talk about it.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what
it's like a touchy subject.
in
Even though Nikki made that gnarly ass fucking. We're waving you, Nikki.
there we go.
Trying to get the camera to focus.
In 3rd place is CTN the Jets. Still, Eric, have you been 3rd the entire season?
Pretty much. I don't think I've not been 3rd all season, man.
Like, it's been pretty much the entire year. But you still have some heavy hitters left. You got CT, Leroy, and Kyle. 2 of them got gold skulls.
I got my 3 big boys, man.
Yeah,
I'm not too worried.
Leroy only had 6 points this week. CT only had 11 points this week. And Kyle had
You didn't see
12.
much- Yeah,
So,
you didn't see much from them.
no. It's getting smaller and smaller.
I was watching the after the credits like bullshit like coming up this season and CT he's gonna blow up. He's gonna give me some points.
Yeah,
I
they
see
have a
it.
costume party.
They have a costume party. CT and I think it was Fessy
Yep.
are bumping
Yeah.
heads. Him and Big T have a falling out. Like I'm expecting big things from CT and his big hog.
Big hog. CT and the Jets. Anything else to say about your team other than that? I think you have a decent
solid-
shot.
I got a solid crew, man. Leroy's not going to. All my guys have their. Does CT have? No, CT doesn't have a gold skull yet.
No.
Well, two of the 3 of my guys have a gold skull. They're going places. CT's gonna steal his from someone. Hopefully it's not
Devin.
Leroy or Kyle.
It's gonna be Devin.
And I'm just expecting sexy things from my guys, from my boys, my 3 big boys.
All right. In second place, anyone have a guess?
Not me, because I had some winners this week.
In second place was
Dane, come on, Dane. Take that throne off this bitch.
Nikki. Nikki's Angels.
No!
Nikki's Angels. Oh yeah, I should say scores. So Josh the Salty Tears at 702. CT and the Jets at 715. So he's up by 13 on me. Nikki's Angels 739 points. Nikki, your big scores this week. Well, you lose Teresa, so you still have Cam, Amber, and Nani. So honestly, Nikki, we're gonna let you talk about your team. We'll talk about the scores, but only one of those girls is making the final. Your big scores this week, though, Amber B was 33, third highest score of the whole week.
Nice.
Then you have. Where's the other Amber? Amber M, where are you?
What's even her last name? I had to-
Bartosi or something, right there. You passed her.
Yeah.
No, that was Amber B. That's his.
No, I
highest
know her
score.
picture right there. Amber B.
Yeah, right here.
No, I know. Amber B's her high score. Where's Amber M? Sorry.
Oh.
Well,
Anissa, Devin, Kyle, CT.
So we'll
Lolo.
edit this part
No,
out.
Amber Martinez only got you 7. Okay. Nani got you. Where are you, Nani? Oh, Nani got you 13. So when Amber B, Nani at 13, Amber M at 7, Killa Cam -1.
Oh.
She quit a challenge.
Oh, for getting
Oh.
She
Yeah.
quit a challenge.
Yeah.
And Teresa Gonzalez, -2.
Oh.
Your 2 best players scored you -3 this week.
You might have had the lead.
Any thoughts on your squad and moving forward, Nikki?
First off, I'm very surprised. Very surprised I made it to here. I feel like I am the dark horse. I'm the phoenix rising from the ashes, and I'm just gonna steal that spot from you, Dane. You best believe I'm coming after you.
We'll see about that.
Is that a talking thing, or do you genuinely believe that?
I genuinely believe that.
Who do you think makes the final on your team?
Who do I think makes the final? Well, Killa Cam,
Agreed.
Nani, and I'm gonna say
You're saying you're gonna have 3 females?
Amber B.
You're cut off. Take her off the screen. And 3 finals. You think 3 of those girls?
Where's it gonna go?
3 of those girls are gonna make the final. You're fucking crazy. And in
Come back.
first place,
Come back.
in
And,
first place is still the Pin Pals with 779. Takes a 40-point lead. 40-point lead. Still has 4 very strong players. 3 strong players and 1 huge disappointment. So his lowest scoring player for the Pin Pals was Fessy with 6 points. Fessy's been having a couple off weeks here.
But we saw that preview. If you saw it,
him and
you know
CT,
what's
him and my boy are
coming.
gonna have a falling out, and it's gonna be either really fucking awesome or really disappointing.
And he's making out with Gabby.
Oh yeah, there's another.
He
guys
breaks
didn't see
that
it.
wall. He
You-
fucking breaks that wall.
You guys didn't see after the credits. See, there's a clip of like coming this season to the challenge, and it's like a clip of him and Gabby like making out on the couch, which like might like be like
the only clip that we've seen of anybody hooking up all season. They
Yeah.
just that's the only hookup because
She may or may not have been
it's the only
passed
one
out.
they've shown.
She may or may not have been like conscious, and he was like kind of like making out with a passed out person.
And that's why CT fights him.
That's why CT fights him, and Big T gets mad because he's like, "Why didn't?" No. There's another clip of CT and Big T mad at each other. I don't know. I didn't know how to incorporate that.
It's because Big T sucks at everything and the alliance is falling apart. Your second highest scorer, Lolo Jones, most disappointing person of the season. Raise your hands if you say yes.
Yeah, as to what I thought she was gonna bring to the
Yeah.
table, yeah,
Yeah.
but
So
Yeah.
we'll see. And then we got
because her and Nom need to just shut their mouths and just.
Devin at 12. and Casey with 41, high scorer of the week. Give us a little cheer, my friend, and talk about your team.
Forgot about that till very now. You can do it, Casey. You can do it, Casey. Sit on their facey.
Dawson Creek and Pacey.
You'll win first
Yeah, there we go. Finish it for me, boys.
That rhyme made no sense.
Talk about your team, where you're sitting 40 points up. Strong team. I can see 3 of your people. No, I can see 2 of them making final for sure.
Again, I've already said Lolo needs to go. She's now just keeping my team down.
Lolo needs to go.
Lolo needs to go.
So
I'm still happy though.
Sorry, I'm just spitting rhymes now.
Devin's against my other team with Big Brother. There's Fessy and Casey, but I think my entire team now has Golden Skulls other than Lolo, which I don't care about, so that's what I'm saying. My entire team has Golden Skulls. So I'm in a good place other than them trying to steal them.
And Devin's going to get targeted for sure.
I think Josh is going to get targeted for his skull.
Man,
I think so too.
You got such a sick team to make rhymes for. Fessy, making things messy.
Fessy,
Devin, going up to heaven. Low.
No, we got to do the pin pal.
You need to
rhyme.
go. Pin pal.
You can do it.
Stick it in my...
You can do it, someone.
You're the rapper, Kooks. What the... You throw,
you're a rapper.
You spit some hot fire.
Yeah, I'm a rapper that friggin' one podcast episode.
It's not time for raps. It's time for Amazing Grace.
Yeah, it is. He's right. It's time for In Memoriam, and it's time to say goodbye to Teresa. I'll start. Teresa, I will never truly understand why you made the power play in the first 5 episodes of the season that you did. Maybe all that time off and all that NFL loving you got messed you up. Maybe it was... No, I'm not going to say that. she said something serious today. I'm not going to say it. But honestly, you fucked yourself. You fucked yourself so fucking hard, so fucking early, trying to play it like the prize was still 20,000, and you just don't know how to play the game the same anymore. I hope you learn from it and wait a little longer next time. You're nice to look at. You're bad to watch. We will go with Eric. I know you love her from afar.
Yeah, she's okay to look at. She also kind of seems like that auntie that would give you a book for your birthday. Like, she doesn't seem like that cool. Like, she seems like just a chick who would, if I were to date her, she would beat me. which doesn't narrow it down because a lot of girls would beat me if I dated them. Yeah, I just didn't get much for this season. I thought like her comeback would be kind of like more epic, but she just kind of came off as a bitch. And yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah. See you later. They're probably not, because I don't think the producer's probably like, this girl didn't do much this season. See you in another fucking 8 years.
Dane, at the very start, I don't know why I keep saying it to you, but at the very start, you did say you liked Casey during the draft.
Casey, you mean?
Teresa? Did like Teresa during the draft. You said that. What do you say to her in memoriam?
I would have picked Teresa on my team just because I do love her. She's been a crush of mine since she entered the real world or the challenge. I think she started on the real world as well. For 10 plus years, I've probably secretly known this girl. I've seen her from afar. I've smelt her. I've voyeured her. I've fantasized. All of these things, which has brought us here when I'm just disappointed in you. And this may be the end. I don't know if I've heard you now be a crazy kind of Karen. I see you in a different light. And I think the crush may be ending and the final rose petal is falling.
That was way too dramatic.
I've had too many whiskeys tonight.
And last but not least, the first person eliminated from Nikki's team, also her second round pick. Cam was one.
She picked
No, I
her.
went rookie. I went
You went
Cam, rookie. I think actually Teresa was like my third.
Okay. Well, say goodbye to her. She did.
Anyways,
She did.
Risa, I may not have the same feelings as Dane does for you, but I do have to say, I was excited to have you on my team. You were my first fallen angel. I'm very sad. Very
Nikki-
sad to see you
Nikki,
go.
you're
I
my
definitely
fallen
thought you'd go to
angel.
the final. And again, hopefully we'll see you another time. And next time, I hope, like Ryan said, you do a little bit better in figuring out your plan a little bit. Give away your plan a little bit too soon. Think about it ahead of time. But for now, bye for now. See you next
Nick-
time.
Nikki, you fell for. Never mind.
Nikki, I fell for you, Angel.
That's what I was trying to say.
I fed him that line 1 second ago. He just stumbled out of the blocks.
Terrible.
Next week.
Next week. We
come up
got
with something better.
next week. So before we wrap it up, predictions for next week. We haven't been tracking them. None of them are ever right. Let's start with me, I guess.
What?
Very few are
I
right
think we've
unless
made
you hedge your...
one.
Like, if you hedge your bets, if you say someone will go home, yeah, nailed it. My prediction for next week is that next week there is a plot to get rid of Devin. I'm not saying it'll happen, but next week they're going to assume it's a guy's elimination. There's going to be a plot.
There we go.
There's going to be a plot to get rid of Devin. It doesn't matter. Nikki, go.
There's gonna be more Mean Girls drama between Gabby, Amber M, and Amber B.
Well, hedging bets. So Nikki's is right. Put a check mark. We don't even have to watch it.
100%.
Dean?
Somebody gets points for partial nudity next week.
Ooh, a little blurring.
It's a special fantasy points thing. I know you can get it, so we're going to have to look into it. But there's going to be some blurring next week.
Nice. And Eric?
I'm gonna guess that CT doesn't lie to Big T, but he breaks a promise.
Ooh.
What the fuck is Big T's last name? I was just looking at it on there.
Fuzzar Carelli.
That's like a fake name. Or like, what's your name? What's your name, sir? Fezzarella Lurkey.
Yeah.
Fezzarella Lurkey.
I wonder what her first name is that she didn't call herself like Big Tanya F.
What's you know her name, Dave?
Huh?
You know Big T's real name?
It's like Tutoranga or like something like Tutonga.
Tatonga.
So,
Tatonka.
with that,
That's from Dances with Wolves.
tune in next week as we hope yet again that the dome doesn't suck. We hope to see a bartender. We hope to see the editors get a little bit more love in and not have to do so much creative work. And we hope to see Amber M not on the show. Until next time,
Tula.
get the fuck out of our room.
It's Tula.
It's Tula.
Goodbye.
Bye, Tula.
Bye.